I am 82. I won every argument for 40 years, and now I'm sitting in this house alone. I am 82 years old. That is a lot of Tuesdays, a lot of breakfasts, a lot of chances to get things right. But here's the truth that no one tells you when you're young, ambitious, and full of fire. Winning is the fastest way to lose everything. You see, for 40 years, I was the smartest man in every room I entered. I was a trial lawyer. My job, my very identity, was built on being right. I had the facts. I had the logic. I had the closing statements that could make a jury weep or a witness crumble. I won every argument. At the office, at the golf club, and most importantly, at the dinner table. Now, I'm sitting in this house. It's a large house. 4 bedrooms, high ceilings, a garden that cost more than my first car. And it is perfectly, devastatingly silent. Actually, it's been silent for 3 years, 6 months, and 12 days. I won the arguments, but I lost the person I was arguing with. The mortality anchor, the blue ceramic clock. It happened at 7:15 a.m. sharp. On a Tuesday, Martha, that's my wife, was standing by the kitchen counter. She was holding a blue ceramic clock. It was an ugly thing, honestly. A souvenir from a trip to a seaside town we'd visited in 1994. It didn't fit the decor of our architectural kitchen. She wanted to hang it in the hallway. I told her it was kitsch. I told her it ruined the flow of the house. I used words like aesthetic integrity and visual clutter. I was brilliant. I cited 3 reasons why that clock didn't belong on that wall. She looked at me. Her eyes weren't angry. They were just tired. She put the clock down on the marble counter, walked out of the room, and she never brought it up again. I felt that familiar rush of victory. I was right. The wall stayed clean. She looked at me. Her eyes weren't angry. They were just tired. She put the clock down on the marble counter, walked out of the room, and she never brought it up again. I felt that familiar rush of victory. I was right. The wall stayed clean. 2 hours later, I heard a sound. A heavy, wet thud from the hallway. It wasn't a clock falling. It was Martha. A massive cardiac event. The doctors called it later. By the time the paramedics arrived at 7:48 a.m., she was gone. I remember sitting in the hospital waiting room, looking at my hands. I had won the argument about the clock. I was 100% correct about the interior design, and I would have given every square inch of that house, every victory in my file cabinet, and my own left arm, just to see her hang that ugly blue clock on every single wall of this mansion. That was my wake-up call. The silence that followed wasn't just the absence of her voice. It was the presence of my own ego echoing back at me. The fallacy of being right. We are raised on a lie. We are told that truth is the ultimate goal, that standing your ground is a virtue. We're taught that if you have the facts, you have the power. Well, here's what they don't tell you. Relationships aren't built on facts. They are built on feeling seen. I spent 40 years correcting people. When my son, David, wanted to quit law school to build furniture at 8 p.m. on a Sunday night, I sat him down. I gave him a spreadsheet. I proved, mathematically, that he was making a mistake. I won. He finished law school. He also hasn't called me in 4 months. When my daughter, Sarah, wanted to marry a man I deemed unstable because he didn't have a 401k, I dismantled his character in 20 minutes. I won. She broke up with him. She's 45 now, living in Seattle, and our conversations are fine. They are polite. They are brief. They are empty. You see, when you win an argument, you create a loser. And nobody wants to live with or love someone who makes them feel like a loser every single day. 5 pillars of real wisdom. I don't have much time left to be wrong. But you do. If you're listening to this, and you still have people who love you enough to argue with you, listen closely. Asterisk the is it worth the silence? Test. Before you open your mouth to correct someone you love, ask yourself, if this person were gone tomorrow, would I care about being right today? Asterisk softness is a superpower. In my 50s, I thought softness was weakness. I thought being firm was leadership. Actually, firmness is just brittleness. And brittle things break. Start using phrases like, I see it differently, but I hear you. Asterisk listen for the need, not the error. When someone argues with you, they are rarely arguing about the thing. Martha wasn't arguing about a clock. She was asking to leave a mark on our home. Asterisk the 24-hour rule of anger. If it won't matter in 24 hours, don't give it more than 24 seconds of your peace. Let go. Walk away. Not in anger, but in perspective. Asterisk invest in us, not me. Every time I won an argument, I was investing in my own ego. I was building a monument to me. The problem with monuments? They are cold. They're made of stone. And they're always alone. The rhythm of peace. It is too late for me to fix the hallway. The blue clock is in a box in the attic. I can't bring myself to hang it now. It hurts too much. But it's not too late for you. Start losing. Start losing the small stuff. Start losing the petty debates about who forgot to take out the trash. Start losing the fight about which way the toilet paper roll faces. Start losing the need to have the last word. Start calling the people you've won against. Call your son. Call your daughter. Call that friend you haven't spoken to since that political argument years ago. Start living for the connection, not the conclusion. Start realizing that the person sitting across from you is a miracle, not a project to be fixed. Start realizing that your logic is a very lonely companion at 3 a.m. I am 82. I have a 24-karat gold pen, a leather-bound library of law books, and a perfect record of victories. And I would trade it all. I would trade every single "I told you so" for one more Tuesday morning, for one more cup of lukewarm tea, for one more kitsch clock on my wall. Don't wait until the house is quiet to realize how beautiful the noise was. Be wrong. Be happy. The clock is ticking. Use the time to love, not to win.